Hello, my name is Taylor Johnson. I currently work in the sales department for Sprint, dealing with primarily business-to-business transactions. Today I'm going to be making a visit to Delta's IT and IS department to try and set up a meeting hopefully sometime this week with Mr. Schnorbach, who is the head decision maker when it comes to IT and IS purchasing decisions. My main priority when meeting with Mr. Schnorbach is to show the features, advantages, and benefits of the iPhone and why providing an iPhone to each employee as a business phone and being the main carrier of Delta is a better decision than who Delta currently holds a phone contract with now. Hey, how's it going?
It's going well. How may I help you today?
I was just wondering if it would be at all possible to set up a meeting sometime this week with Mr. Schnorbach.
I'll see what I have available. By the looks of it, he's pretty busy this week.
I completely understand, but all I need is honestly 10 minutes. If you could just squeak me in sometime this week, I'd appreciate it. Is there any way possible you'd be able to make that happen?
Let me check. All I have is a 10 a.m. on Friday morning.
That's perfect. I'll see you then. Thank you very much.
Yep, no problem.
Hi, I have an appointment today with Mr. Schnorbach at 10 a.m.
Are you Taylor Johnson?
I am Taylor Johnson.
Yep, he's expecting you. Head on in.
Thank you very much.
Yep. Yeah, come in. Hi, how's it going?
Good. How are you, Mr. Schnorbach?
Nice to meet you.
I'm Taylor Johnson, and I currently work for Sprint, and I appreciate you spending some time with me here today.
Yeah, no problem. I'm glad we can fit you in this week.
I see you're a pretty big Vikings fan here.
Yeah, you know, I'm a huge Vikes fan, but you know, it's always a little hard to stay loyal to them when they're not always playing at their best.
I completely understand. I was actually born and raised a Vikings fan my whole life, and they can be pretty brutal to watch at sometimes.
You know, I hear you on that one. But anyway, so what brings you into my office this lovely morning?
Well, as I mentioned, I work for Sprint, and I wanted to talk to you about possibly supplying the iPhone to you and Delta's workforce as your main business phone for your employees.
Well, unfortunately, right now, we're currently under contract with Verizon, and they supplied us with the most recent up-to-date droids for all of our employees at Delta.
Okay, well, if I could just ask you a question, when does your current contract with Verizon expire?
Well, now that I think about it, it's going pretty quick up here. December 31st.
All right, well, considering your current contract is expiring with Verizon here within the month, I would like to inform you with what myself and Sprint are able to provide you and Delta with if you were to choose us as your primary carrier, if that is okay with you.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to hear and explore some other options.
Well, I'll make sure not to waste any of your time here today. First, I would like to ask you, how long have you been under contract with Verizon, whether or not you have been satisfied while your time under contract with them?
Sure. Well, Verizon has been supplying our business phones for Delta and our employees for almost 4 years now. Overall, I would say we've been pretty pleased with our service, although we have had a few issues with some of our recent phones that they have provided with us. And some of the droids these days can just be so complex and not really user-friendly.
I completely understand. I've heard some of the same things actually about some of the most recent droids. They just seem not to be the most user-friendly phone out there in the market right now. That's why I want to show you what we would be able to provide for you today, which is the iPhone.
Well, I mean, I've heard a lot of good things about the iPhone, so I'm pretty interested.
Yeah, there really isn't a whole lot not to like about the iPhone. The features in which the phone presents to the users are absolutely endless. It has everything any user could possibly want, consisting of a high-resolution touchscreen, easy access email, web browsing, easy-to-use apps, and 2 cameras actually, with one on the face of the phone and one along the back of the phone as well. It is one of the easiest and most efficient phones on the market today, and it's very easy to use for all the features in which it presents to the user.
I mean, I really like what I hear, but with a phone consisting of so many features, I feel like it would cause the phone to have a hard time processing so much information without it stalling at some point or maybe freezing up.
I completely understand. That's a main concern a lot of buyers that we deal with present to us, but the iPhone processes information very well, top notch actually. there really have been no problems or complaints with how fast the phone operates.
Alright, well with that being said, what can the iPhone bring to the table that the Droid cannot?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, the iPhone is extremely user-friendly. Although it is capable of doing many different things, it's very easy to navigate and find yourself around with, which I feel like your employees at Delta will really appreciate.
And I mean, as an older male and kind of not growing up with this sort of technology, I want myself and the employees that work at Delta to be able to use this phone with ease.
Well then, is the iPhone, I mean, I completely understand what you're saying, but is the iPhone maybe something you would like to consider?
I mean, I'm still pretty skeptical and not quite sure. I really had never experimented with an iPhone before, and I don't really know if I feel comfortable making such a big decision without even trying it yet.
I understand. I actually brought one of our iPhones that we would supply to you and the employees at Delta in with me today if you'd like to check it out.
Sure.
Here it is.
That'd be great.
Just slide the lock at the bottom there and you should have access to the complete phone.
Wow, I mean it really does have a lot of features.
Comes with many benefits as well.
Yeah, I mean after kind of going through it, it does seem to be very user-friendly. It doesn't seem like it would take very long to become familiar with. And the layout of the phone is very simple. And it seems like it'd be a very self-explanatory thing to give to our employees and they would have no trouble picking up on it.
Yeah, definitely. Along with the phone being very intriguing and simple to use, the price we are willing to offer you is very reasonable and something we would definitely be able to negotiate and work out with you, depending on what you are paying currently for the Droid that you're using from Verizon.
Yeah, I mean the cost of doing business with you, we'd have to really go over the logistics to make sure everything would work out. But other than that, thus far, I'm very impressed.
So what do you think? Is this something you would like to go forward with? There really aren't any downsides, and on my behalf of an employee at Sprint, I would promise that we would work with you every step of the way to make this experience as enjoyable as possible.
I mean, after talking with you and looking at the phone, I believe this is something that we would like to go through with. I'm very impressed at what you have presented with us today. I appreciate you bringing the phone to my attention. Where do I sign?
I've actually got the paperwork and contract right here with me. So if you'd just take a quick look at that, read through it, and then you can date and sign at the bottom and we should be good to go.
Sounds good.
I promise we will not, yeah, here's the pen. I promise we will not disappoint you. I'm here to make your life much easier.
Sounds good, Taylor. You know, I'm really glad you stopped in today because this is something that will really help Delta out in the future.
No, thank you. Here's my business card, actually. Feel free to contact me at any time, night or day. So, yeah, just let me know.
Sounds good. Thanks again for stopping in.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, Mr. Shorbach, it's Taylor Johnson calling about the iPhone. How's it going with that? Good? All right, perfect. Well, yeah, I just thought I'd call and follow up with you. Let me know if you have any issues. All right, yeah, I'll keep in touch. Have a good day.